This is another video that we're taking time to do, and I've got a guest for the first time on these videos. This is Samantha Smith,
Hi guys.
and we're lucky to have her take some time to be our guest today and talk about Project 44. But as you know, we are now partners. The IATA is now partners with Project 44, and wanted to talk about more in depth why we're doing this and the connection it has with AT, as well as other things that we want to get accomplished over the next couple of years with diversity, as well as external education. So we're big believers in Project 44 making an impact on all those areas, and wanted to take the time to talk with Samantha about that, and I'll shut up now and let her talk. So thanks, Samantha, for joining us.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. And Project 44, we're so excited to be partnering with you guys, and super humbled to be a part of such a great organization, and love that your guys' heart is exactly where ours is, with helping others and building a culture of folks that do that, and want to speak to some of those same issues that we see with diversity and just building a culture of doing the right thing. So we're thrilled to be partnered with you guys.
Great. Well, and as you know, or maybe I'll refresh your memory, this is really a student-driven project that we want our two student representatives initiating, and that's Robert Pollack and Emily Sagstetter. Emily's at Purdue and Robert's at Indiana State, but certainly we want to put the professional members' strength behind this effort as well, but certainly encourage our students to really grab onto this and make it their own.
Absolutely.
So talking about AT, I know that you have experience with with Ryan Galloy, and just talk about that interaction with you, Andrew, and Ryan over the years.
Absolutely. So a little background on me. If you guys aren't familiar, my husband is Andrew Smith. He played at Butler University, go Dogs. Was a part of those back-to-back Final Four runs, and so he was there and graduated in 2013. But we certainly became close friends with Ryan Galloy, and he was a huge part of Andrew's success there at Butler. Andrew was relatively healthy, thankfully, at his time at Butler. But I think that speaks to the fact that we still have a relationship with Ryan, the fact that Andrew was still a close friend with Ryan Galloy, even though he wasn't in his office being taped up, for an injury very often. I think that speaks to just the strength of that connection. So we love Ryan, and we love, the ATs that have kind of gone through the program, and we're really appreciative of how much impact they have on our guys on the court.
Awesome. Well, if you could talk about the role that diversity plays in Project 44, and how we can impact that.
Absolutely. So Andrew and I really began to champion this cause, certainly when Andrew was faced with a bone marrow transplant himself. Andrew, was a young white male of European descent, so thankfully him finding a match was relatively easy. We were very thankful for that, but our doctors were very frank with us in saying that if it was Sam needing a match, it would be a different story. My mother's from Thailand, my dad's German-Irish, so quite the diverse background there, and that didn't sit well with Andrew, knowing that I would probably have a hard time finding a match just because I have, a diverse background. So that really sparked, us wanting to make a change and wanting to make a difference. So certainly wanting to add members to the registry of different ages, of different races, gender, obviously. So diversity plays a huge role in Project 44 and how we would make an impact. And again, that's why we were so excited to join up with you guys as well.
Awesome. I think that really sends a strong message and makes a connection once again to what we're trying to get accomplished over these next couple of years, but also the mission of Project 44, expanding it outside of the European descent folks and gain more registrants through that effort. So
Absolutely.
Appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Anything else from a logistics standpoint, talk about the process of becoming a donor and how that process works and what we can look forward to going forward.
Absolutely. I think one of the main missions for us, Project 44, is just kind of righting some of the misconceptions that people have in their minds with what it means to be a donor and what it means to join the registry. So to actually join, it takes just a few minutes of paperwork, of just really simple, basic health information that you're filling out there, and then it's 2 swabs of your cheek with a Q-tip. and that's it. So those ages of 18 to 44 is that main demographic that they're looking for that healthy tissue. But that's all it takes to actually join the registry. To actually be a donor, again, it's a lot more simple and painless than I think most people think. We've had people say, well, what part of our body are you going to take? And that's not the case at all. 75% of the time it's done much like giving blood. You'll get an IV in each arm, and they'll just take the blood out through one arm, and it goes through a system and extracts the marrow, and it goes back into your body without the marrow. But again, your body regenerates that, so it's nothing that you need to be, functioning, and you'll leave that day. It's perfectly fine and a quick process. 25% of the time, it is just a needle in your lower back, but that's just to get that pure marrow, and that's oftentimes for infants. Most of you guys are familiar with Chase DeGaulle in our story with Project 44. That was the process that he went through. But again, he went in that morning, he left that afternoon. He said at most it felt like he took a hard charge, and he's done that a million times. So it's a very simple process to join the registry, and then to actually donate marrow is also a lot more simple and painless than folks think.
Great. And there is an opportunity for those that are 44 plus to still be involved. I fit that demographic. But that 18 to 44 is kind of the prime area.
Mm-hmm, absolutely, yeah. Their doctors are tending to take that age range, again, just for health of generally the patient, and they've had more success within that age range. But like you said, beyond that 44, they take folks up to 61, so that doesn't count you out right away.
Great. So we've given a lot of depth into why we're doing this and the connection to AT, but tell us how our individual members can get involved.
Mm-hmm, absolutely. Well, much like the donating process, we try to make it as simple as possible for folks. So a couple of easy ways to plug in. You can text Andrew to 38470, and that'll send you a link, and you'll just plug in your information, and it'll send you a kit and all that good stuff. Or you can go to project44.org, and again, there will be a link there that'll take you right to joining the registry. And also on that website, you can find out more information. So maybe you watched the video today, and you're like, hey, I want to just read a little bit more. You'll find that information on project44.org.
And we'll provide those links in the area below here as well. Well, I think that's all we have time for today, and just appreciate Samantha taking the time to be with us.
Absolutely.
And look for more and more information coming out about Project 44, including the press release coming out soon. And we're just excited to make this happen.
We're
so
excited
thank you.
Thank you.
All right.